Yes, we're back. We're back again in X-Plane. We're back to carry on our journey up the UK by going around the UK. And this time we're going to carry on from where we were last time, obviously, which is Lydd. And we're going to go to Manston. Yeah, I've never heard of it either. And our plane seems to have shrunk. Yeah, we're in the little tiny, teeny Cessna 152 that's got no autopilot. And we're going to have to fly it manually all the way. What could possibly go wrong with that? Join me then for what I'm sure will be this disastrous journey. Grab that guidebook to how to parachute out of a 152 and let's go. So hi there, yeah, Steve here, and welcome back to X-Plane. Right, let's jump inside. This thing is teeny tiny. Let's put the electrics on. Mixture in. It's running. That's a start. Pop some lights on. Which I'm guessing just worked. Yep, we have lights. Okay, let's let the thing warm up then. So we've got no autopilot in this, so that's going to be interesting. We have got radios though, so we are going from here in Lydd where we left off last time. So our journey around the UK started off all the way down here in Land's End. We've come along the south coast. We've made it to Lydd, and now we're going to go 28 miles around the coast into Manston. What can possibly go wrong with that? And then we'll carry on our journey up the UK. Various planes. There's some bigger stuff I want to fly. There's a couple of longer legs maybe coming up, just so it doesn't end up being a year to get around the UK. So maybe we'll jump in a couple of little jets. Maybe we'll jump in the Grand Caravan. We'll certainly use the Kodiak again. We'll come back into the 152 from time to time. And yeah, we will continue our journey around the UK. So we want to go on a heading roughly of 33, but I might actually take off and fly around the coast because that could be quite interesting, I think. Communication at the other end at Manston. Let's have a look at the comms. ATIS is 133.675, so I will tune that in now. So 133.67.
Manston information Yankee. 1000 Zulu weather. Wind 340 at 12, visibility 2. Sky conditions 350 broken, temperature 10, dew point 10. Altimeter 2971. Arriving runway 28, departing runway 28. Advise on initial contact you have Yankee.
Okay, so what I've also got running here, if I go to my Fly with Lewis scripts, XP Realistic Pro. If I remember, I'll put a link to it in the description below. It adds little details like the engine shake, and we've got the head nod thing going on, and when we accelerate, the scuttle will shake. It just adds a whole new dimension. This thing is tiny. Why have we got a light flashing here? There you go. We've got a little clicking in the background, which I get in some airplanes. No idea what that is. So facing that way, we've got to take off that way. So release the parking brake. So that little bit of movement you can see there, that comes from the XP Realistic Pro. Undenied about buying it, read some reviews on it. I'm really glad I did. It adds a whole new little dimension to the flight, because it looks like now actually my head's moving around as it would do. So much so that I'm actually scared to brake in some of the aircraft. It goes little tiny creaks and rattles as well. So we're going to have to hand fly this thing all the way to Manston. So let's move ourselves out onto the runway. And give it the proverbial beans. And up and away we go. So you might be able to trim it. I put my panel back on. There we are. So you should fly roughly straight and true. Definitely an overcast day here in the UK. Straight into cloud. That's not what you want. So we'll have to try and stay below the cloud then on our way round. Yeah, plane itself, really nice. I'll put a link to it below from the Just Flight store. Yeah, quite nice just to have something that you haven't got to put the autopilot on, and you can just fly low and slow. Just needs to trim it down a little tiny bit. There we go. We'll stay nice and low. Yeah, really nice little plane. I think I've only done one journey in it so far, where we flew around the Bahamas. Yeah, definitely one if you're into your low and slow flying. I think because it's cloud cover, then we'll just follow the coast around. Currently going past St Mary's Bay, down there on our left. Speed-wise, not doing too bad, look. 100 knots, 105 knots ground speed. Yeah, interior, not a lot in the back, plenty of place to store stuff. 2 passengers in this thing, and that's about your limit. Hopefully as we continue this journey the weather does get better. Definitely a gloomy day out there. As I record this, I've got real world weather turned on. That's not good. It's the... what date is it? It's the something of the something. It's the 7th of April. Going a bit inland. Little holiday camps and campsites and things are probably passing along the south coast. I haven't really been to this area of the south of the UK. Never been to Brighton. Only holding out at 500 feet. Cloud definitely low. The last video we did, the last trip we did, we couldn't see that much. Let's bring up the weather again.
Manston information Yankee. 1000 Zulu weather. Wind 340 at 12. Visibility 2. Sky conditions 350 broken. Temperature 10. Dew point 10. Altimeter 2971. Arriving runway 28. Departing runway 28. At Advise on initial contact you have Yankee.
Okay, again, it's one of those where finding the airport is going to be interesting. Making sure we keep around this 500 feet. We're actually coming up on Hive now. Not that we can see much of it down there. Seems to have lost the coast a bit. Let's we should be coming up on Folkestone and then round past Dover. So Folkestone should be coming up down here. Yeah, not that we can see much of it. Lovely UK weather. Yeah, I'll do a trip around the UK, I thought. I'll use True Earth. You'll be able to see lots, I thought. I'll use a variety of aircraft, I thought. Can't even find the coast. So we're definitely buzzing Folkestone. Not the greatest of weathers to be flying. Now whipping along quite nicely though. Speed wise isn't too bad, not far off what we get out of the 172. It's a shame we can't see much. I'm actually just using a little nav map to try and point us in the right direction. So we should have the coast, the sea, off to our right. I'm guessing this is Folkestone, or some sort of industrial estate in Folkestone. Okay, that hill looks quite close. We'll take a evasive and go round it. I thought it would be quite pleasant to see the white cliffs of Dover. So that's Folkestone. Right, we found the coast again. Right, heading towards Dover now. Our little plane doing quite well. Not really into much hand flying. So here's Dover. It's not doing too bad, time-wise or distance-wise. So maybe that we'll do a couple of longer legs next time. I do want to try and organise something to get people from the Discord group to join me as well. Train tracks to nowhere. Looks like here's the ferry terminal coming up. We should see the castle. Wow, look at that for a road. A little bit bumpy. So here's the ferry port. That I think is where the big hovercraft used to go across to France from. It's just a shame the weather's so bad. Follow the coast around anyway. Because our airport's at... Wow. Okay, where did everything go? Our airport's not far inland, so we should come up on that. One of the downsides, I suppose, or plus sides, if you want, you know, reality flying, having real world weather turned on, if you're in the UK, this is how it actually is. So if you're out here flying today, this is the weather you're going to get. We're actually not far from our airport now. We're bringing we can little nav map. See, there we go. That's where we are. That's what I'm using to roughly guide myself. And there's our airport. So we're not doing too bad. Coming up on Deal. There's a town next to it, No Deal. Maybe not. Okay. You definitely wouldn't be able to fly this coast, I don't think. This coast? This close, I don't think, in reality. But once I've had this thing trimmed, what I'm doing is steering. It's maintaining just about 500 feet. So it's trimmed out perfectly. Flat out at about 115. So, which isn't too dissimilar to the speeds we're getting out of the 172. So quite nice. And say modelling inside, looking really, really nice. I think if I was flying, I don't think I'd choose a plane this small. I think my go-to, as with a lot of people, would be the 172, because this thing is tiny. And I would want some sort of navigation. I'm on the beaches of Deal now. Attempting to follow the coast. So yeah, this journey may take a while. I said we will do some slightly longer legs. It's all been propped so far on various stages. I do want to fly things like the Grand Caravan that I've got. We've got the Ovations that we haven't used yet. We've got a load of prop planes I haven't used yet. Some of which being things as big as the Saab and stuff like that. And it may be that we'll do the final bit where we'll go, or maybe bring a jet down the other side. So we'll do the west coast up the UK, maybe coming back down again. We'll do it in a proper jet. Wow, this cloud's low. I'm purely relying on the little nav map to let me know where the coast is. Just over there. Definitely a foggy old flight. So I should be heading back out to the coastline now. Finding our airport could be interesting. Thankfully this isn't going to need a lot of runway. Yeah, the idea was to be able to show you True Earth, which down there it does, there you go, there's a bit of coast. It does look really nice, but we're just not seeing much of it today. We're going into a 12 knot headwind as well, apparently. Right, so we're not far now. Bring little nav map back in again. We're not far now from our runway. So if I go right turn and come out to this coastline, and then I should be able to come straight in on 28. That's the plan anyway. So we're not far away now. Seeing the runway, can drag that out. Seeing the runway could be another issue. So I've literally got to rely on a little nav map. We're now out over sea. You might want to turn a little bit more to the right. I'm also going to slow it down a bit as well. And descend. Get under this cloud. Alright, so we're approaching the end of the glide slope. Let's bring our speed back down again. I'm guessing it's going to be in here. Looks a bit built up to have an airport in the middle of it. Right, apparently it should be directly there in front of me. Well, it was, honestly. Hopefully when we take off from there again next week, it's going to be better weather. I'll try and do a few evening flights because X-plane in the evening is absolutely stunning. We've got a bit of a side wind going on. Actually quite a big airport. I didn't expect it to be this big. Okay, that's it's going to be an interesting landing then. That's full rudder. Right, good but late flare. God, that's windy. That's very windy. Put my rudder pedals straight and I just go veering off to the right. So coming off here is going to be interesting. Okay, I'm guessing there must be some sort of maintenance facility here, because I can't really think that all this big stuff would come out of here, would it? You can certainly hear the wind. Okay, let's come over here and park in front of this hangar with a building built in front of it. Wow, that's windy. There we go, we'll park ourselves here. Parking brake is there. Okay, let's shut the engine down then. And turn the electrics off. And there we go. We have made it to Manston. And we'll carry on making our way north from here next time. And yeah, I might do an evening flight. It could be quite nice. Hopefully not as dull and overcast as this. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please do check out my other content. It's OMSI the Bus Simulator on a Monday, Train Sim or Train Sim World on a Wednesday, something from Fernbus or Tourist Bus on a Friday, and X-Plane on a Saturday, with the occasional random Sunday video as well. And yeah, if we stream some flying or stream some something else, that's chucked in there midweek as well. So plenty of content from me. Do also, of course, please check out the Discord server, a link to which I'll leave in the description below as well. What an awesome little plane. Absolutely love it. There we go. I'll end it there. Next time we're going to head north. Until then, if you have been, thanks very, very much for watching.